are very important to keep us going, because a straight line even in ECG means we are not alive. ECG पढेला नि फर्स्ट इयरमा हैन? ठीक छ नि त यो स्लाइड? पर्फेक्ट. Okay, thank you. So next slide. Coins always make a sound, but the currency notes are always silent. So when your value increases, keep yourself calm and silent. So good morning all of you. आजबाट चाहिँ we will start hepatobiliary system है from today. Liver. Any idea about liver? के आइडिया छ लिभर को बारेमा? Plus 2 knowledge, entrance knowledge.
Largest organ of our body.
Largest or second largest हो भन्दा फेरि मान्छे मारिसकेपछि अनि मैले यसो गर्न खोजेको भनेर भन्छ डाक्टरले. एक्ज्याक्ट भन्नु पर्दैन. It is the second largest हैन? ठीक छ ल. Well try है. Second after the skin हैन? भिसेराहरुमा चाहिँ largest organ त्यसरी भन्न मिल्छ हैन?
Sir, it is bilobed and having regeneration power.
Bilobed.
2 lobes, having 2 lobes.
2 lobes, but now it contains 4 lobes in MBBS. It is plus 2 level.
Bile production.
Bile production, very good. हैन? Physiology हैन? Function of liver, bile production. अरु पनि त हुन्छ नि हैन? A, D, E, K, fat soluble vitamins. Location of the liver. First, location. It lies inferior to the diaphragm in the right superior part of abdominal cavity. Inferior to the diaphragm, mainly in the right superior part of the abdomen. Few parts of the liver also lies in the left, but mainly it lies in the right superior part of abdominal cavity, just inferior to the diaphragm. Which diaphragm? Thoracic diaphragm, pelvic diaphragm. Which diaphragm? Thoracoabdominal diaphragm, right? Diaphragm, it is the respiratory muscle which separates the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity. So location. And right hypochondriac region, according to the region wise, right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and left hypochondriac region as far as the left anterior axillary line. So this is the extension of the liver according to the region wise. Right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and left hypochondriac region up to the left anterior axillary line. So this is the extension of the liver. So how much weight does it contain? Actually God has made more weight in the male than in the female. So in the male around 1600 gram, in the female around 1300 gram. So location inferior to the diaphragm in the right superior part of abdominal cavity, extension of the liver according to the region wise in the right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and left hypochondriac region up to the left anterior axillary line. Has 2 surfaces. That part of the liver which lies inferior to the diaphragm, that is in diaphragmatic surface, and which is attached to the abdominal viscera, that is visceral surface. So 2 surfaces, right? Diaphragmatic surface and visceral surface. That part of the liver which is attached to the diaphragm, that is diaphragmatic surface, which is attached to the abdominal viscera, that is visceral surface. So diaphragmatic surface faces anteriorly and superiorly, whereas the visceral surface faces posterior-inferiorly. Posteriorly as well as inferiorly, posterior-inferiorly. And superior part is close to the diaphragm and therefore devoid of peritoneum. Right? Small part not covered by the peritoneum, that is known as bare area of the liver. Right? In the superior part of the liver, that part of the liver which is not covered by the peritoneum, it is known as bare area of the liver. Right? So 2 surface, diaphragmatic and visceral surface. Diaphragmatic surface which is attached to the diaphragm, visceral surface which is attached to the viscera, which lies posterior inferiorly, and diaphragmatic surface lies anteriorly and superiorly. So this is the diaphragmatic surface. This is the diaphragmatic surface of the liver, and this is the bare area of the liver. This is the small part on the superior surface of the liver, that is the bare area which is devoid of peritoneum or which is not covered by the peritoneum. There is reflection of the peritoneum from this side because this part is directly attached with the diaphragm. Which is a bare area, that part of the liver which is devoid of peritoneum, or there is absence of peritoneal covering. This is the diaphragmatic surface of the liver, and another one, this is the visceral surface. This is the visceral surface of the liver which is attached to the abdominal viscera. So lobes, previously someone told 2 lobes, but now 4 lobes. Right lobe of liver, left lobe of liver, then this is the caudate lobe of liver, this is the quadrate lobe of liver. This one is the quadrate lobe of near the gallbladder. Near the gallbladder, this lobe is quadrate lobe, and above near the inferior vena cava, this is the caudate lobe. Right lobe, left lobe, quadrate lobe, and caudate lobe. 4 lobes. 4 lobes of liver. 4 lobes, 2 surface. 4 lobes, 2 surface, diaphragmatic surface and visceral. First year, in first year, you have already studied about this ligament. What is this ligament? Ligamentum teres. So ligamentum teres is the remnant of, in first year you have already studied in the fetal circulation. So ligamentum teres is the remnant of which vessel or which structure?
Umbilical vein.
Good, left umbilical vein, right? So remnant of left umbilical vein is the ligamentum teres. And another ligament is there, another ligamentum venosum baniन्छ. So अहिले के भन्नु पर्यो? Liver, it is the second largest organ which lies right superior part of abdominal cavity and extending from the right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and to the left hypochondriac region up to the left anterior mid-axillary line. Okay? Then it has 2 surface, diaphragmatic surface and visceral surface, and 4 lobes, right lobe, left lobe, caudate lobe, and quadrate lobe. Next one is the porta hepatis. It is very important. Porta hepatis. Porta hepatis or hilum of the liver is found on the posterior inferior surface and lies between the caudate and quadrate lobes. Right? So porta hepatis or hilum of the liver. Hilum means structures entering and coming out. That part of the organ from where the structures are coming out and structures are entering. कुनै भित्र गइरहेछ कुनै बाहिर आइरहेछ है. Some are coming out, some are entering inside from that particular part. That is known as hilum. Hilum of spleen, hilum of lung. So that is known as hilum. So in the hilum of the liver is also known as the porta hepatis. It is found on the posterior inferior surface and lies between caudate lobe and quadrate lobe. So this is the porta hepatis. This structure is the porta hepatis, which lies between the caudate lobe and quadrate lobe. Contents of porta hepatis. So this is important for the MCQ. Right? Right and left hepatic ducts, right and left branch of hepatic artery, and portal vein. So these 3 structures. Right and left hepatic ducts, right and left branch of hepatic artery, and portal vein. These are the contents of porta hepatis. Hepatic ducts comes out, hepatic artery and portal vein, they enter inside the liver. Right and left hepatic ducts exit from the porta hepatics, and right and left branch of hepatic artery and portal vein, they enter inside the porta hepatis. Which is a porta hepatis, which lies between the caudate and quadrate lobe. So this is the porta hepatis. Right and left hepatic ducts which joins together to common hepatic duct, hepatic artery, and this is the portal vein. So these 3 structures are present in the porta hepatis. Portal vein and hepatic artery enter inside the porta hepatis in the liver. Then right and left hepatic duct comes out from the porta hepatis or exit from the porta hepatis, which lies between the, this is the caudate lobe, this is the quadrate lobe, which lies between the caudate and quadrate lobe. Any question after this? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Next in the ligament associated with the liver, falciform ligament, which is a bilayered fold of peritoneum ascends from umbilicus to the liver. So falciform ligament, it is the 2-layered fold of peritoneum ascends from umbilicus to the liver. It has a sickle shaped, sickle shaped or half moon shaped free margin that contains the ligamentum teres, which is the remnants of the left umbilical vein. Falciform ligament is important. It will be asked in the SAQ. Write short notes on falciform ligament. The falciform ligament passes on to the anterior, then the superior surface of liver, then it splits into 2 layers. So falciform ligament, it is the double layer fold of peritoneum which ascends from the umbilicus to the liver. Right? From the umbilicus to the liver, it has lunar shaped or sickle shaped free margin that contains the ligamentum teres. Free margin which is not attached to any structure. Okay? That is free margin that contains the ligamentum teres. So ligamentum teres, it is the remnant of left umbilical vein. Then it divides into two layers. Layers. So this is the falciform ligament. On the free margin, this is the contents of the falciform ligament. This is the ligamentum teres. Right? So ligamentum teres present in the free margin of the falciform ligament. It is the remnant of the left umbilical vein. So it divides into the two layers. Right? So it splits into two layers. Right layer forms the upper layer of coronary ligament, and left layer forms the upper layer of left triangular ligament. So this is the left layer, this is the right layer. Right? So it splits into two layers, right? Left layer and right layer. Right layer is coronary ligament, left layer splits into left triangular ligament. So right layer forms the upper layer of coronary ligament, and left layer forms the upper layer of left triangular ligament. I'm talking about the falciform ligament. Falciform ligament attached to the umbilicus to the liver. Umbilicus dekhi liver. So on the free margin of falciform ligament, it contains ligamentum teres, which is the remnant of left umbilical vein, and on the anterior superior surface of the liver, it splits into two parts or two layers, right layer and left layer. Right layer forms the upper layer of coronary ligament, and left layer forms the upper layer of left triangular ligament. Then right extremity of the coronary ligament is known as right triangular ligament. So that right layer part, apex part of the right layer of coronary ligament, the right triangular ligament. Extreme part of the right layer is known as right triangular ligament. Then peritoneal layers forming the coronary ligament are widely separated, leaving an area devoid of peritoneum. That is known as bare area. So ligaments, these are reflected from that part of the liver. So that part of the liver which is not covered by peritoneum, that is known as bare area. Reflection भनेको त्यहाँ पुगेर फर्किन्छ के, त्यहाँ कभर गर्दैन, त्यहाँबाट फर्किन्छ, because that part is directly attached with the diaphragm. And diaphragm सँग fuse भएपछि that is not covered by peritoneum. This is the bare area of the liver. This is the right triangular ligament. Extreme part of the coronary ligament. This is the right triangular ligament, and this is the left triangular ligament. So falciform ligament divides into right layer and left layer. Left layers form the left triangular ligament, right layer form the coronary ligament, and extreme part of the coronary ligament is the right triangular ligament. This is the porta hepatis. Portal vein, hepatic artery, and bile duct. So this is showing the reflection of the falciform ligament. Now supports, this is very important for the SCQ as well as Viva, supports of the liver. Any idea about supports of the liver? के support गर्छ त liver लाई? Right hypochondriac region, epigastric and left hypochondriac region मा राख्नलाई. What are the structures or what are the things which supports the liver to keep it in the normal position? That is right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and left hypochondriac region. Supports. Each idea. Exam मा केही आएन भने के लेख्ने त भन्दा intra-abdominal pressure. Supports of the जे पनि, if anything asks in the exam about supports, then you write intra-abdominal pressure, or positive intra-abdominal pressure supports. त्यो लेख्यो भने you are 100% right. जुन चीजलाई पनि है त positive intra-abdominal supports of kidney भन्यो भने intra-abdominal pressure. अरु भुल्यो भने that is 100% correct. So intra-abdominal pressure. अरु भुले पनि यो नबोल्ने है त, intra-abdominal pressure. So other major structure तीनटा, static and dynamic factors. Static and dynamic factors supports the liver for its normal position in the right hypochondriac region, epigastric region, and left hypochondriac region. 3-tier classification supporting structures has been proposed. Suspensory attachment at the posterior abdominal wall to the inferior vena cava. So one is the inferior vena cava, right, which is attached to the posterior abdominal wall. Inferior vena cava, hepatic vein, coronary and triangular ligaments. Okay, these are the primary factors which supports the liver. Inferior vena cava, hepatic vein, and coronary and triangular ligaments. These primary factors. These are the primary factors which supports the liver, which attach the liver to the posterior abdominal wall. Next is the support provided by the right kidney, right colic flexor, and duodenopancreatic complex. Secondary factor. These are the secondary factors. Primary factors are the inferior vena cava, hepatic vein, and coronary and triangular ligament, which attach the liver to the posterior abdominal wall. Second one is the support provided by right kidney, right colic flexor, and duodenopancreatic complex. These are the secondary factor. And attachment to the anterior abdominal wall and diaphragm by the falciform ligament. These are the tertiary factors. And most important one is the positive intra-abdominal pressure, right? Don't forget this one, right? Positive intra-abdominal pressure. So these three factors plus another common factor is the positive intra-abdominal pressure, right? So these factors, they help to support the liver, right, for the normal position. Next is the blood supply. Hepatic artery, which is a branch of celiac artery, divides into right and left terminal branch that enter the porta hepatis. And blood vessels conveying the blood to the liver are hepatic artery 30% and portal vein around 70%. 70% of the blood. 70% of the blood is carried by portal vein. 30% of the blood is carried by hepatic artery. Now, histology. के कन्फ्युजन छ अहिलेसम्ममा?
छैन सर।
अर्को ग्रसमा चाहिँ के सोध्न सक्छ प्र्याक्टिकलमा भनेपछि व्हाट आर द भिसरल स्ट्रक्चर अट्याच विथ द लिभर? भिसरल स्ट्रक्चर यसमा देखाएको पिक्चरमा. सो दिज आर द भिसरल स्ट्रक्चर अट्याच विथ द लिभर. यहाँनिर दिस इज द renal impression on the visceral surface of the liver. This is the renal impression for the right kidney, and this is the colic impression. Colic manale right colic flexor, right? Right colic flexor. This is the impression for the right colic flexor or right hepatic flexor. This is the impression. This is the quadrate lobe, and this is the impression of the duodenum. This is the impression of the gastric or stomach. So these are the impression or visceral impression on the visceral surface of liver. Yes, and your practical, it will ask in the practical. Here flag identify the flag structure. It is the gastric impression. A, B, C, D. Red flag, blue flag, white flag, or red pin, blue pin, white pin. Identify the pin structure. Red pin, blue pin, and white pin. Red pin is the gastric impression. Blue pin is the renal impression, right kidney. And white pin is the right colic impression. You have to write like this. This is important for the practical as well as theoretical purpose. What are the visceral impression of the liver? Draw a well-level diagram showing the visceral relation of the liver. Right? So you have to draw this diagram and label it. Right? And this is the fossa for the inferior vena cava, and this is the fossa for the gallbladder. Right? So all you have to label it nicely and write in literature. This is important for the practical purpose. Right? Identify the pin structure. Identify the pin structure. This is the gastric impression, right kidney impression, hepatic flexor of the colon or right colic flexor. This is the duodenum, right? And this is the inferior vena cava, and this is the gallbladder. Now histology. Histology or microanatomy, right? Same thing. Histology of liver or microanatomy. So surface of the liver facing the peritoneal cavity is covered by typical serosa, which is known as visceral peritoneum. Right? So serosa, it is lined by which epithelium? You have already studied in first year, right? So serosa is lined by which epithelium? Can you recall back to the first year? pleura, pericardium, they are all lined by same epithelium. Endothelium, peritoneum, pericardium.
Simple squamous.
Oh, very good. Simple squamous, which is flattened epithelium. Very good. So serosa, it is lined by flattened type of epithelium, that is simple squamous epithelium. Right? Don't forget this. Serosa, peritoneum, pericardium, and next one is endothelium. They are lined by simple squamous epithelium or flattened type of epithelium. Beneath this and enclosing the whole structure is a thin layer of connective tissue, from which extension passed into the liver as a connective tissue septa and trabeculae. So superior surface, that is covered by peritoneum, and just inside that peritoneum, one connective tissue covering the liver, that is known as Gleason's capsule. Gleason's capsule. That connective tissue which covers the liver beneath the peritoneum is known as Gleason's capsule. That invade the parenchyma of the liver and pass into the liver and divides into septa and trabeculae. And branches of the hepatic artery and hepatic portal vein together with bile ductules and ducts run within these connective tissue, trabeculae, which are termed as portal tracts. Portal tracts. So in the histology, we will call it portal tract. In the gross case, porta hepatis. In the gross, we have talked about the porta hepatis, but in the histology, we will talk it as the portal tract. So contents of portal tract are the hepatic portal vein, hepatic artery, and bile ducts. So these three structures are present in the portal tract within the connective tissue. Connective tissue, it is the Gleason's capsule, which lies just below the peritoneum, and that Gleason's capsule invades the parenchyma of the liver, and it forms the septa and trabeculae, and it divides into the different lobules of the liver. Classical lobule is which shaped? Hexagonal shape. Hexagonal shape. So this is the lobule. This one is the connective tissue, and this is the one lobule of the liver, another lobule of the liver. This is another lobule. This is another lobule. And these are the hepatocytes, cells of the liver, hepatocytes. This is the central vein, and on the apex of the lobule, this is the portal tract. So portal tract contains bile duct, hepatic artery, and portal vein. Also known as a portal triad. They are also known as portal triad. So what is portal triad? Portal triad consists of bile duct, hepatic artery, and portal vein. Portal triad consists of bile duct, hepatic artery, and portal vein. So this is the microanatomy of the liver. And central part contains the central vein. Central part of the lobule. This is the one lobule of the liver, another lobule. So in the central part of the lobule, it contains the central vein. And apex part contains the portal triad. Lobulation of the liver. The structural unit of liver is the lobule. Structural unit of the liver is the lobule. A roughly hexagonal arrangement of plates of hepatocytes. So hepatocytes plates, it makes roughly hexagonal structure, which is found by the capsule invading the parenchyma of the liver. First, on the superior part, it is covered by peritoneum. Then just below the peritoneum, it is covered by connective tissue layer, that is known as Gleason's capsule. That capsule invades the parenchyma of the liver and divides the liver into different lobules. That lobule is the structural unit of the liver, and that lobule is roughly hexagonal shape, which are separated by intervening sinusoids, which radiate outward from a central vein. So in the centrally placed of the lobule, that is central vein, and with portal triad at the apex of each hexagon. Portal triad, it consists of portal vein, hepatic artery, and bile duct. This is same thing. This is the portal triad, and this is one lobule, another lobule, another lobule, and the center of the lobule consists of central vein. And these are the plates of hepatocytes, cord-like structures. These are all the pinkish color. These are the hepatocytes. And in between the hepatocyte, these are the white are known as the hepatic sinusoids. Liver, this is also important for the SCQI. Lobules are classified into 3 types. One is the classical lobule, purely hexagonal shape. Each lobule contains 6 portal triad and 1 central vein. Right? Hexagonal shape ma vertices ma. So each vertex of the lobule is contains portal triad. So there are total 6 portal triad and 1 central vein. It is known as classical lobule. Next is portal lobule, which is triangular in shape. Portal lobule is triangular in shape. This each lobule contains 3 central vein and 1 portal triad in the center. So it connects with the 3 central vein and 1 portal triad in the center. That is known as portal lobule. Classical lobule is hexagonal shape. It contains 6 portal triad and 1 central vein. But in the portal lobule, it is triangular shape. It contains 3 central vein and 1 portal triad in the center. I will show in picture. Right? Next is the hepatic acinus. It is the diamond shape, which includes 2 central vein and 2 portal triad. So it connects 2 central vein to the 2 portal triad. That is hepatic acinus. This is the purely, this is the classical lobule. Right? Classical lobule, hexagonal shaped. This is the triangular shaped, is known as portal lobule. And diamond shape, this is known as hepatic acinus.